New York Times bestseller Tiny Changes, Remarkable Results, Atomic Habits. An easy, proven way to build good habits and break bad ones. James Clear. The surprising power of atomic habits. We convince ourselves that massive success required massive action. Actually, the inverse is true. Small improvements accumulate into remarkable results. Habits are the compound interest of self-improvement. The same way that the money multiplies through compound interest, the efforts of your habits multiply as you repeat them. 1% better every day. The efforts of small habits compound over time. They seem to make little difference on any given day, and yet the impact they deliver over the months and years can be a slight change in your daily habits can guide your life to a very different destination. Making a choice that is 1% better or 1% worse seems insignificant in the moment, but over a lifetime those choices determine the difference between who you are and who you could be. Time manifests the margin between success and failure. It will multiply whatever you feed it. Good habits make your time. Bad habits make time your enemy. Your habits can compound for or against you. Positive compounding. Productivity, knowledge, relationship. Productivity. Accumulating one extra task is a small feat on any given day, but it counts for a lot over an entire career. Knowledge. Learning one new idea would make you a genius, but the commitment to lifelong learning can be transformative. Relationships. People reflect your behavior back to you. The more you learn, the more you help others, the more others want to help you. Negative compounding. Stress. By themselves, common causes of stress are manageable, but when they persist for years, little stresses compound into serious health issues. Negative thoughts. The more you think of yourself as worthless, stupid or ugly, or more you condition yourself to interpret life that way. The same is true for how you think about others. Systems and goals. Systems and goals. Goals are about the results you want to achieve. Systems are about the process that lead to those results. Goals are good for setting a direction, but systems are best for making progress. The purpose of setting goals is to win the game. The purpose of building the system is to continue playing the game. A system of atomic habits. If you are having the trouble changing your habits, the problem is not you. The problem is your system. You don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. How to build better habits in 4 simple steps. The ultimate purpose of habits is to solve the problems of life with as little energy and effort as possible. A habit is simply a behavior repeated enough times to become atomic. Habit formation is useful because the conscious mind is the bottleneck of your brain. When you have your habits dialed in and the basis of life or the handle and done, your mind is free to focus on new challenges and master the next set of problems. The habit loop. The cue triggers or craving, which motivates a response, which provides a reward, which satisfies the craving and ultimately becomes associated with the cue. How to create a good habit? The first law, cue. Make it obvious. The second law, craving. Make it attractive. The third law, response. Make it easy. The fourth law, reward. Make it satisfying. These laws can be inverted to your learn how to break a bad habit. How to break a bad habit? Inversion of first law, cue. Make it invisible. Inversion of second law, craving. Make it unattractive. Inversion of the third law, response. Make it difficult. Inversion of the fourth law, reward. Make it unsatisfying. Whenever you want to change your behavior, simply ask yourself, how can I make it obvious? How can I make it attractive? How can I make it easy? How can I make satisfying? The first law, make it obvious. Over time, the cues that spark our habit become so common that they are essentially invisible. The treats on the kitchen counters, the remote control next to the phone in our pocket, or etc. Our responses to those the cues are so deeply encoded that it may feel like the urge to the act comes from now here. For this reason, we must begin the process of behavior change with awareness. One of our greatest challenge in the changing of habits is maintaining the awareness of what we are actually doing. The habit scorecard. The habit scorecard is a simple exercise you can use to become more aware of your behavior. Make a list of your daily habits. If it is a good habit, write plus next to it. If you have bad habit, write negative minus. If it is a neutral habit, write is equal to example, wake up, turn off alarm, check my phone, take a shower. Habit stacking. Rather than fearing of your new habit with a particular time and a location, you pair it with a correct habit. This method can be used to design an obvious cue for nearly any habit. The habit stacking formula is after I current habit, I will new habit. Example, meditation. After I pour my cup of tea or coffee or every morning, I will meditate for 1 minute. Exercise. After I take off my work shoes, I will immediately change into my workout clothes. Motivation is overrated. Environment often matters more. Given that we have more dependent on vision than any other sense, it should come no surprise that visual clues are greatest our behavior. Designing your environment for success. Stop thinking about your environment as filled with the objects. Start thinking about it is filled with the relationships. Think in terms of how you interact with the spaces around you. The power of context also reveals an important strategy. Habits can be easier to change in a new environment. Go to a new place, a different coffee shop, a bench in the park, a corner of your room you use, and create a new routine there. The secret to self-control. The people with the best self-control are Typically, the ones who need to use it is the least. It's easier to practice self when you don't have to use it very often. Willpower are essential to the success, but the way of improve these qualities is not the wishing you were a more disciplined person, but by the creating a new disciplined environment. Basically, the peoples with the high self-control that tend to spend less time in the tempting situation. It's easier to avoid the temptation than resist it. Once the mental grooves of habits have been curbed in your brain, they are nearly impossible to remove entirely, even if they go unused for a while. That means the simply resisting the temptation is an ineffective strategy. It is hard to maintain a Zen attitude in your life filled and interruption. It takes too much energy. In the short run, you can choose the overpower temptation. In the long run, then become a product of your environment that will live in. This is the secret of self-control. Make the cues of good habits obvious, the cues of your bad habits invisible. The second law, make it attractive. How to make a habit? When it comes to habit, the key of takeaway is that release not to only when you experience pleasure, but only when a gambling addicts have a spike right before they place a bet, not after they win. Addicts get a surge of when they seize the powder, not after they take it. Whenever you predict that an opportunity will be the rewarding, your levels of spark and anticipation, and whenever raises, so does your motivation to act. Your brain is so far more neutral allocated for wanting rewards than for liking them. We need to make our habits attractive because it is the expectations of rewarding experience that motivates us to act in the first place. This is where a strategy, no temptation, the building comes into the play. Temptation building can make your habits more attractive. Temptation building works by linking an action you want to do and with an action you do need to do. Example: you want to hear about the latest celebrity, but you need to get in a shape. Using the temptation the building, you could only read and watch reality shows at the role of the family and the friends in shaping your habit. The culture of we live in the determination which behaviors are attractive to us. We tend to adapt the habits that are praised and approved of by the culture because we have a strong desire to fit in and belong to the tribe. We tend to imitate the habits of three social groups: the close, family and friends; the many, the tribe; the powerful, those the status and prestigious. One of the most effective things you can do to build the better habits is to join the culture where 1. You desire behavior is the normal behavior, and 2. You already have something in common with the group. The normal behavior of the tribe often overpowers the desired behavior of the individual. The most days We have the rather be wrong with the crowd than right by the ourselves. If a behavior can be us approval, respect, praise, we find it attractive. How to find and fix the cause of your bad habits? Bad habits. How to find and fix the causes of your bad habits? Habits are attractive when we associate them with positive feelings, and we can use this insight to our advantage rather than to our reframing your habits to highlight their benefits rather than their drawbacks is a fast and lightweight way to reprogram your mind and make a habit seem more attractive. Exercise. Instead of telling yourself, I need to go run in the morning, say, it's time to build endurance and get fast. Finance. Saving money is often associated with sacrifice. However, you can associate it with the freedom rather than limitations of you realized. One simple truth. Living below your current means increases your future means. The money you save this month increases your purchasing power next month. Meditation. You can transform or frustration into delight when you realize each interruption gives a chance to practice returning to your breath. Distractions is a good thing because you need distractions to practice meditation. The key to finding and fixing the causes of your bad habits is to reframe the association you have about them. The third law, make it easy. We are so focused on figuring out the best approach that we never get around to taking action. The best is the enemy. The best is the enemy of the God. Motion and versus action. Motion versus action. This is the difference between being in motion and taking action. The two ideas sound similar. Motion and action. The ideas was similar, but they are not the same. When you are in motion, you are planning and strategizing. The learning, those are all the good things, but they don't produce a result. Action. Action, on the other hand, is a type of behavior that will deliver an outcome. If motion does not lead to results, why do we do it? More often than not, we do not, because motion allows us to feel like we are making the progress without running the risk of failure. The most of us are experts at avoiding it does not feel the goods to fail or to be judged the publicity. So we tend to avoid the situation where that might happen, and that's the biggest reason why we slip into our motion rather than taking action. You want to delay failure, repetition to perfection. If you want to master a habit, the key is to start with repetition, not perfection. You don't need to map out every feature of a new habit. You just need to practice it. This is the first takeaway of your third law. You just need to get up and your repetition in. Each time you are repeat an action, you are acting a particular neural circuit associated with the habit. That means that simply putting your one of the most critical steps you can take to encoding a new habit. The law of least effort. The less friction you face, the easier is to further your stronger self to emerge. The idea is to make it is as easy as possible in the moment of to do things that pay off your long run. How to achieve more with less effort. Trying to pump out your motivation to stick with a hard habit is to like the trying to force water through a bent hose. You can do it, but it requires a lot of efforts and increases the tensions in your life. Making your habits is simple and easy to like the removing the bend in the hose. Rather than trying to overcome the friction in your life, you reduce it. How to stop procrastinating by using the 2 minutes rule. Yes, a habit can be completed in a just few seconds, but it can also shape the actions that can you take for a minute or hour afterward. Many habits occur at the moments, choices that are like a fork in the road and either send you in the direction of productive day or non-productive one. The 2 minutes rule states when you start a new habit, it should take less than 2 minutes to do. Starting by mastering the first 2 minutes of the smallest version of your behavior. Then advance to an intermediate step and repeat the process, focusing on just the first 2 minutes and mastering that stage before moving on to next level. Eventually, you will end up there with the habit you had originally or hoped to build while still keeping your focus where it should be. On the first 2 minutes of the behavior. Example, becoming vegan. Phase 1, starting eating vegetables at each meal. Phase 2, stop eating animals with the 4 legs. Example, cow, pig, lamb, etc. Phase 3, stop eating animals with 2 legs, chicken and etc. Phase 4, stop eating animals with no legs, fish, clams and etc. Phase 5, stop eating all animals product. The 4th law, making it satisfying. What is rewarded is repeated. What is punished is avoided. We are more likely to repeat a behavior when the experience is satisfying. The human brain involved to immediate the rewards, avoid the delay rewards. To get a habit to stick, you need to feel immediately successful, even if it's in a small way. The first 3 laws of a behavior change: make it obvious, make it attractive, and make it easy. Increase the odds that a behavior will perform this time. The 4th law of the behavior change, making it satisfying, increases the odds that a behavior will repeat it next time. How to stick with good habits every day. If I miss one day, I try to get back into it quickly as possible. The first rule of compounding, never interrupt it unnecessarily. This is why bad workouts are often the most important ones. Bad workouts that maintain the compound against you accrue from previous good days. Simply doing something, a push up, anything really is huge. Don't put up a 0. Don't let losses eat into your compounding. Thanks for watching and make sure to subscribe our channel. Thank you.